Oh my goodness, Trump is the next president. No way. Oh my goodness, Trump is the next president. How? How? Alright. If that is you, I need you to take deep breath. Because I definitely know the idea of Trump being the next president of America might make a lot of you rush to the Canadian immigration website right now. But I need you guys to be calm for a second, okay? And as someone currently living in Canada right now, please don't come to Canada. We kind of have our own immigration issue right now, and we're trying to, fix it. So please don't come. I mean, just like our immigration minister said, not everyone is welcomed here. But then again, Donald Trump was literally president once. Like, there's no way his second term could be any worse than the first one, right? Right? But in all seriousness, there is actually no way you guys voted that man back into office. I mean, really? I mean, America, your choice was between a convicted felon and a literal felon prosecutor. And you guys chose the felon! The felon was the option you guys chose! But hey, it's not exactly new news that Americans are, have a bit of reputation for being, what's the word? Dumb. I mean, I did some of my high school in America, and I have to say, they are some of the dumbest. I mean, I was not a smart person myself, okay? I am not the smartest person. I am subpar. My GPA was terrible. But in comparison to a lot of the people I went to school with in America, I was fucking Albert Einstein. I mean, half of my classmates were literally allergic to education or even learning at all. It's like they had like an auto lock on their brain that says, do not learn. Do not learn. I mean, these are the people who voted for a billionaire to be the next president of America. Yeah, because billionaires always have the best interest of regular people at heart, right? I mean, the moment Donald Trump got elected, the top 10 richest people in the world gained an additional not 30, $64 billion. Now, I'm no fucking scientist, but I genuinely do not think the richest people in the world need an extra $64 billion. Like, I genuinely have to give credit to Elon Musk for paying for the whole election, because the dude spent approximately $150 million to gain over $20 billion. But good job, America. Y'all played yourself. I mean, while Americans are out here protesting the cost of eggs and wondering if they can afford basic living essentials, a majority of them decided to vote for the people who are basically charging premium prices for basic necessities. It's genuinely impressive how uneducated a lot of Americans are. And a lot of the people who were voting don't even realize they were voting against their own best interest. I mean, I talked to some of my former classmates who supported Trump, and when I tell you these people are not the brightest people in the world, they really aren't. For example, this is one of them. His reason for not supporting Kamala Harris for presidency was the fact that he claims that she said she was going to get rid of all non-electric cars by 2026. Now, listen here, Will, you dumb motherfucker. If every non-electric car in America was taken out of America, what would happen to the oil industry in America? Guys, I mean, these people can literally vote. But yeah, it's just crazy how people are blindly voting against their best interest. In fact, let me introduce you to Lena Khan. Now, if you do not know who Lena Khan is, she is basically the boogeyman to corporate greedy billionaires. Like, do you guys know how you could sign up on a gym membership online, but to cancel that gym membership, you have to go to the gym and they have to convince you to not cancel, and like you have to go through this whole process? She made it so that you can sign up for a gym membership on your phone and you can cancel it on your phone. She is basically the protector from greedy corporate America. And I promise you, once Trump is in power, she is gonna be one of the first people to lose her jobs. Good job, America. You played yourself. Now, speaking of Trump, let's look at his cabinet. Because oh boy, is the dude picking his cabinet like Voldemort picking the Death Eaters. Now, first we have Susie Wills as the chief of staff. I mean, if anyone is the poster child for Karen, am I right? No one knows much about her except for the fact that she worked under Ronald Reagan's administration, and also the same administration that came up with the idea of trickle-down economy. Y'all remember that, right? Next, we have Tom Homan as the Baudazar. Now, not much is also known about him, but I do find this video of him pretty hilarious.
Put on national security. Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Now, from watching that video, do you guys think he's gonna be friendly towards immigrants? Yeah, probably not. His policies are probably gonna be build wall now, ask questions later. And next we have Pete Hegseth. Now, given Pete was in the military, but Pete is also a Republican, which means he also has moral values or moral standards. But this is the same guy who divorced his first wife because he had an affair with his coworker. Then he had a second wife and also divorced her because he also had an affair with his coworkers. But that's not the funny part. The funny part is that he wrote a book stating how he's against Americans having divorce, especially after having kids. But after his divorce, he went again and revised that book to say that divorce can happen but shouldn't be trivial. And oh boy, did I save the best for last. Matt Gaetz as the Attorney General of the United States. I mean, we're talking about the guy who looks like the Nike sign was tattooed upside down on his forehead twice. Oh, and fun fact about Matt Gaetz, he was investigated for having sexual relations with a 17-year-old minor. Yeah. Then again, the presidential-elect is a sexual offender, so why not just make the Attorney General a pedophile? And might as well just make R. Kelly or P. Diddy the Secretary of Education or something. Now, I know you might be wondering, you're not even American, you don't live in America, this doesn't bother you. Why does this all bother you? Well, first of all, I have to say, yes. I am not American. I do not live in America. In fact, I live in Canada where women have their complete rights and cannabis is completely legal. But then again, it is personal for me because I am an immigrant. And as an immigrant myself, I cannot stand the way Donald Trump talks about immigrants. And if you can stand the way Donald Trump talks about immigrants, I can't stand your ass too.
Nobody has any idea where these people are coming from, and we know they come from prisons. We know they come from mental institutions, insane asylums. We know they're terrorists. Nobody has ever seen anything like we're witnessing right now. It is a very sad thing for our country. It's poisoning the blood of our country. It's so bad, and people are coming in with disease. People are coming in with every possible thing that you can have.
Like, immigrants aren't just wandering around the world walking into the US for funds and just like the jokes of it. Nobody leaves their countries for not a good reason. People leave their countries because of the bureaucracy and high level of corruptions in their countries, the high level of destabilization in their countries, and they're trying to escape from that. They're running away from something. No one is leaving their homes for no reason. I mean, if some people stop their brain rotting mind from having this America first nationalistic brain rot parade just for a bit and just use their brains to think why people are choosing to leave the place they've ever known to a new environment. I mean, instead of being angry and ignorant and pretending like immigrants are the enemy of every country they immigrate to, maybe as Western countries or developed countries, you address the reason people are choosing to immigrate. But then again, that would mean Western or European countries acknowledging the fact that they have had a hand directly or indirectly in destabilizing the countries those people come from. And that would just not look good on them and make them look like the bad guys. Guys, as someone who has lived in different parts of the world, I have met a lot of people, and I have to say human beings are beautiful. They just are simple creatures who just want joy, happiness, and just to exist and live better and just live a decent life. What is so wrong about that? So this is my message to Gen Z. What about if we ditch this idea of us versus them around the world? What if we stop pretending that everyone in the world is out to get us and everyone around the world is our enemy? What if we build a world that values people more than it values borders? What if we build an actual united world, not the fucking United States? Maybe, I just don't know, maybe the world will be a much better place for all of us and we can just exist in peace. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. One love. Peace.